What separates you from the life you are worthy of having is your lack of discipline, nothing else. Imagine yourself mastering discipline. How productive can you envision yourself being? You would be up early every morning, getting all your tasks done early, not waiting till the last moment. The pressure of deadlines will become non-existent for you. With discipline, you realize how much time you actually have. You realize the amount of time that was going down the drain simply because of procrastination and a lack of planning can be put to so much better use. You have more time for family, more time for friends. Your mental stays healthy while you get to engage in exercise too. All the things you used to say you didn't have time for, that you're too busy, becomes feasible. Now, if you're in a bad spot currently and can't get a hold of yourself, if you're wasting all your days scrolling social media and playing video games and can't change your trajectory, it should be calming to know that there is still a bright future for you. All you have to do is put your hands out and grab it. The first step to it is to regain your lost discipline. Today, I'll be sharing with you the words of none other than Jordan Peterson. The guidance and perspective he emits is unmatched and will be a strong guide for you to overcome your unproductiveness. Let's hear it direct from Jordan Peterson. Discipline means that you're capable of making sacrifices because you're not disciplined if you just do something you want. You're disciplined when you do something that you must do, even if you don't want to. Discipline is when you want to do something right now, and instead, you think, no, I'm going to forestall my gratification maybe forever, or maybe for a very long period of time. And you concentrate on something that you think will bear fruit in the medium to long run. And so, you look into the future, and you decide that by making today a little less impulsively pleasurable, you'll make tomorrow a little bit more secure and productive, and then you actually do it too. And that's difficult. People have watched the successful succeed and the unsuccessful fail for thousands and thousands of years. And we thought it over, and we drew a conclusion. The successful among us sacrifice. The successful among us delay gratification. The successful among us bargain with the future. You wake up in the morning, and you think, okay, this could be a good day. You don't know what a good day is, but maybe you've had a couple, and they're not so bad, and still maybe you think you could have another one. And you ask yourself, what is it that I need to do today so that this would be a good day? And your brain will tell you. It'll say, that bill that's hiding under 5 pieces of paper on your desk. You should haul that out and pay it. Or there's something you're avoiding that makes you anxious that your brain will pick on right away. And it'll say you must do these number of commitments today, and if you do them, you would have fulfilled your obligations. And if you listen to yourself and do the difficult things that your mind tells you to do, the idea is you don't have to compute the utopian future, because following what it is that you tell yourself to do every moment is the best path to whatever the best outcome is. So you might say, well, at least I can start my self-organization by improving those things around me that are self-evidently not good. And that's easy. Anybody can do this. You can sit down for 10 minutes and say, well, I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm probably doing a dozen stupid things that I could quit doing that are making my life less, more wretched, and also displeasing the people around me. And so, you think, what are those things? And if you really want to know, you have to want to know. You're going to get a bunch of information that you don't want to hear. But you'll know it's true, and you already knew it in some sense, and then you can ask yourself, that sucks, and it's miserable, and it's not very self-affirming. Is there one of those things I would be willing to do something about, that I could do something about, and that I would do something about? Which is honestly a horrible question, because as soon as you get an answer to that, then you have a responsibility, right? It's like, oh God, I have to go do that. And it's something you don't want to do. You don't want to do it. That's why you've been avoiding it. And so, then it's right in front of you, and it's some little trivial horrible thing that you're not going to get a pat on the back for. No one's going to give you an award for it, but then you go do it. That's kind of humility. And then you keep doing that. So, you take on this great task of putting yourself together. It gives your life meaning, and that also helps you be stressed against the fact that there's lots of suffering in life, and there's lots of malevolence. It's like, Yeah, absolutely. It's worse than you think, even. But you can do more about it than you think. There are systems, neurological systems, that underlie your experience of negative emotion, and there are neurological systems that underlie your experience of positive emotion. They're separate systems. They obviously interact, but they're separate systems. But the positive emotion system, well, there's two of them. But one of them sort of kicks in when you get something that you want. So, you're hungry and you eat and feel good, and so that's kind of the simple one. But there's a more sophisticated one that I think is even more active in people. And it's the one that tells you that you're moving forward towards something worthwhile. And that's actually the one that gives people that sense of meaningful engagement in their life on a moment-to-moment basis. And it's also something that doesn't have to go away. Like if you're hungry and you eat well, that's good. But it gets over and then you're on to the next thing, right? It's not exactly sustaining, it's just necessary, even with rats. If you take a rat, you put him in a cage by himself and he has nothing to do, and then you give him access to cocaine, he'll get addicted to the point where he won't do anything but take cocaine. But if you throw the rat back in with a bunch of other rats and he gets to do rat things, then it's very hard to get him addicted to cocaine. And so it becomes clear the purposeless rat is prone to addiction. Well, it's the same with human beings. Now, here's a corollary to that, which is really cool. So, the magnitude of the reward you experience as you're moving towards a goal is proportionate to the importance of the goal. So that means, the more important the goal you pick, the more possibility there is for the kind of reward. Let's say it's really a state of being that is life-affirming, and is directly life-affirming in that. If you're in an important football game, and maybe you break a finger. Normally, that's a problem. It hurts, and you're going to stop doing whatever you're doing. But if you're right in the middle of the game, then you'll be so amped up on this reward system that it's analgesic. It stops the pain. It also suppresses anxiety. So, if you have a purpose, then it's analgesic. It takes some of the pain out of life. It's very positive that it motivates and energizes you, and makes you able to remember and pay attention, and it quells fear. So that will be it from Jordan Peterson. I hope it gives you strength to get up and fight your battles with newfound motivation. Always remember, life is all about falling down and getting up. The only thing which truly matters is that you don't stay down for long. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like and comment your thoughts on the matter. Make sure you subscribe, as we have a lot more videos coming out which will elevate your status in life. With that said, see you all soon.